Yes. Hey, Megan G. Hey, what's up, my people? Y'all, long time no see. The kids been away, but it's okay. She's back though. How you doing? Today is going to be a vibe, guys. We holding it down today. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me today, darling. And we have a very special guest today, darling. I'm along with Natime, right? You already know how we do it. Like I said, what's up? Good afternoon, Wagwan Grand Rising. What's going on, y'all? Okay, it's your girl Sheridonna, and you are now tuned in to Sheridonna, the Diary of the Fashionista. If you guys may or may not know, if it's your first time here, okay, guys, I am a fashion designer, stylist, and accessory curator. Okay. And I'm here to give y'all all the gems, give y'all the good music, give y'all the good style, and all these good things. And also help you become your greatest version by sharing my wisdom and having my guests share their wisdom and knowledge as well, guys. Right now, I just want to just hold a quick vibe and then we're going to go straight into our chateaus. And I got the vibes with that one. So this artist, you already know, it's called Big Energy. Okay, a lapido. And I want to give a shout out to this new artist that I came across. Big shout out to him. I had a conversation with him. It is always a pleasure to be able to connect with, the artist firsthand. So without further ado, this song is called Trust the Process. And it's by JR. And it's just a whole vibe, guys. Just trust the process. Sometimes things don't go how we want it, but it's right on time. Without further ado, JR. Hey, it's not easy being patient. Yes, gonna make it. It's complicated, but I'm dedicated. I'm here for it. Nobody can duplicate me. Yes, yes. Ain't no disrespect over here. Give y'all a little sample. Make sure you guys go to his YouTube page. It's called JR. Tell him shirt on it sent you. I'm helping the youth. I gotta shine the light. You got one life to live. Yes, it's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. I love that song. We can't stop there. And what I want to do right now, I'm here to give y'all the update. Shout out to that kid they called Masaka Wagwan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be wondering where the kid at? Give a little update. Hey, we're about to do our shout out in a bit. Everybody up. Give him an update. Where you been? He's here. Hey, hey. Sample, sample. Okay, while we are, giving you guys an update and we have, trust in the process, we have to make sure that we always have to what? Give thanks. So I want to give a big shout out to my good friend. He goes by the name of Ioctane. This one is from his I Am Great album. It's called Give Thanks, guys. Without further ado, Ioctane. Always give thanks, no matter the season that you're in. Get into it. Hey, yes, it's a life is the greatest thing. Period. That's all. Yeah. Yes, we gotta say the same thing. Facts. Okay. I just want to give y'all the vibes, see where we at right now. I'm gonna give my shout out and then I'm gonna have to introduce our special guest here. I'm super excited. So first shout out, I want to give a shout out to me. I want to give a shout out to me because it's not hard being patient. It's not hard. It's not easy to be able to, wait for the things that you ask for. And it's a lot of things that we ask the most high for. We have to be patient and we have to prepare for everything that we ask for. So on my journey, what I've learned is to be patient and to give myself grace. I want to give shout out to all my brands that makes my process go a little bit smoother. Big shout out to Sheridonna Designs for always, making me look amazing and beautiful and flawless together. Big shout out to Sheridonna's Beauty Salon for making my hair always, bossy saucy. Because you can't be, in the streets and be a fashion designer, be in a fashion world, and your whole wardrobe and ensemble is not together. So the Most High blessed me, anointed me so I could be able to have the hair and fashion. Big shout out to my kids for giving me purpose and giving me, that the ability to be calm and be patient. So big shout out to my kids, Joseph and Isabella. Big shout out to Anchor. Big shout out to Capital One for supporting me and just giving me the different tools that I need. I appreciate you guys so much. Big shout out to Prince. You know who you are. Big shout out to Anchor. Okay, so I want to do our word of the day real quick, and then we're going to get right into our guest. So, and these words are really, really, really crucial. Okay, so the word of the day is love, intimacy, trust, availability, and reciprocity. So these words are really, really crucial. I wanted to touch on a few topics. I didn't know what time our guest was going to be coming in, but I wanted to just let you guys know the 4 essential things that parents need to give to their kids, which is love, intimacy, trust, availability, and reciprocity. Needless to say, let's get into it. Okay, so coming to your airway today, guys. Coming to our show. I'm so excited to have our featured guest on the show. He's a fellow Orangeman. Big shout out to Syracuse University, which is our alma mater, right? I would like to introduce a Sharif D. King. He is a quadruple threat in broadcasting, a journalist, and he's a content creator and influencer. He has over 10 years doing the thing in radio, television, and digital platforms. One of his superpower is actually, enduring under pressure. I would love to have you guys help me to introduce and welcome Sharif D. King to our platform. I want to grace him with one of the songs that he said that he loved. So let's get into it. This is Lacree. It's called Good Lord. And we would like to bring Sharif to the stage. Hey, this is your walking the stage. Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Get to it. Get to
hey,
it.
hey, hey. Yes. I like it. I like the first verse of the song too. If y'all never heard it, make sure you guys check it on YouTube.
He's talking. He's talking.
So I love that song because he was saying, like, no matter what, he got his girl, he gonna hold her down. And I really, really love that about you. I know that you're in your relationship and super dedicated, and that's what we need. We need more men that really honor their women and respect them. And I really love that. And that song kind of like translate into like you. I really, really love that. So without further ado, darling, welcome. How we feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here. You're super welcome. So let's get into it. So tell the people Okay, so we know you did, being in broadcasting and journalism and writing and all these things. So tell the people what is new about you. What's going on with you?
I think what's new about me is I've moved to a new place. I'm in a new city. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm trying new things. I'm opening myself up to try new things. And it's really just about taking what I know and what my expertise is and taking something I don't really know too much about and
Yeah,
meshing it together. And I say that because this tool that I'm talking about is broadcast and digital journalism entrepreneurship. In the business, people don't really talk about entrepreneurship as much. And so
right.
I've been taking the time to just coin that, to just own that, being an entrepreneur, and not being an entrepreneurship like, hey, I just want to own a company, I just want to be a CEO, but knowing what it means to be a broadcaster, to be a journalist, and to be an entrepreneur at the same time. And that's been where I've been standing. That is the window that I'm looking out of. Just being able to say, hey, you know what? I own this company and
Yeah,
I'm sitting here with different CEOs. I'm on creating my own platform, but going on other people's platforms and just creating the content, building partnerships with big companies, building relationships with CEOs and founders and just
right.
creatives at large and in the realm of sports, entertainment, lifestyle, and just taking it to that next level, realizing that everybody is important and bringing them into my space, but then also jumping into theirs. Entrepreneurship is a hard thing to do.
To
Um,
say the least. To
it's
say the least.
It's super
Yeah,
hard, but it's even harder when you're a broadcaster and you're trying to do things on your own.
facts.
It's more about collaboration and navigating um, just different spaces. So that's where I stand.
Yeah, I definitely know firsthand that entrepreneurship is a blood sport. It's not for everybody. I feel like it chooses you, but you still have to be ordained. You have to be anointed, because when I say you have to be resilient and you have to be fearless and just know, like, yo, I this moi, and the Most High said this is for me, and you're just gonna go get it. And yes, there are going to be some obstacles. So I wanted to talk to you about what has been some of your challenges being a entrepreneur. How did you overcome them? Like, I know we still going through it, but like, what are like some of the things that you have went through and like, yo, I got this in the bag.
Just being able to own the space that you stand in. You
Facts.
got to realize who you are when you come into a space. I know when I first started out, I used to be like, oh, it's my dream to work for NBC. It's my dream to work for BET or MTV or Viacom.
Yeah.
And the list goes on, right? But you
Yeah.
learn that you got to own the space because
Mm,
now you're sitting there, whether you believe it or not, you're sitting on the same plateau as the CEO of Viacom, the CEO of CNN. You may not realize it, but you're really literally in the same space. When you
right.
decided to become a CEO, when you decided to become a founder, when that was put on your heart, when God put that in front of you, it's
Yeah.
just, all right, this is where you at. And now you got to do two things. You got to own it from a perspective of not only do I have to be good, but I have to be great in order to have the company that I own, organizing it, being able to wear so many different hats. That's been the struggle. Normally, I work from a place of being a talent. And now I have to work from a place of, all right, I'm the talent, but I also have to email this person. I also have to
Yeah.
schedule this, and I also have to organize this post. I also have to be present for this. And when speaking, owning the fact that, hey, I'm Sharif D. King, and this is my media company. Coming into that space and owning it is so important because if you don't own it, people will treat you different. You have
Facts.
to own that. You have to own it.
That's facts. My daughter is going through that right now, and I'm happy that she knows, like, yo, you can do whatever your mind, whatever you want, you can do that. And ownership is top tier. I want you to have the experience, because sometimes as parents, we can't really tell them, oh, I don't want you to go work for this company, because this is what you're going to get. You get the same thing, really. It doesn't matter what level it is. So ownership is super, super important. I totally agree with that. But with to whom much is given, much is required. So when I say much is required, when you was talking about, you got to, do scheduling, you got to do your own marketing, you have to be your own graphic designer, you got to be your whole everything. But then at the same time, you give you that great reward, because yeah, you are toe to toe to the top companies that you never thought, like, oh my God, like I'm right next to my favorite company. Like, how did I do that? Like,
yeah.
that.
And you have to understand too that don't think you're ever that small. Companies are
Right.
watching. They're
Right.
watching. So that
No,
campaign you
that's so
build,
true.
the marketing and promotion that you put into your company, there's a lot of companies looking to smaller companies to take it back to, what they're doing.
Right.
So just be wary of what's around you, who you stand next to, how you do things, how you present yourself in your company. And you are your own entity, but your company as well has to stand on its own. So
Yeah.
I always make it so that my company sits and stands on its own, and so do I. So I don't move with the whole like, oh, it's just about my company.
Yeah.
There's me and there's my company, and
Yeah.
I market and promote both at the same
Yeah.
time.
That's wow. That is so, so true. No, I had an epiphany. I'm just like, bro, like, I'm really doing it. Like, I feel like when you're artists, like, and when you're like a artist, like we as the artist, and then we have a company, like we as an artist, we be like, oh, because you're not making the monetary, you be thinking like you're not, huge or, bigger than you are. But sometimes you have epiphany that people are like looking up to you. I'm like, they want what? For me?
Yeah,
Like, okay, so it's just like, okay, the universe keep on showing you like you are what you already seek. Like you're already that. So it's just like it's a beautiful thing when you can really adjust to knowing that you are what you seek. And it's like you're that girl, you're that guy. So I
you gotta
love
know
that.
it. You gotta
Yeah.
know that. You gotta know that.
So so we were talking about like, you know, different things and different process in entrepreneurship. When you graduated from Syracuse University, what you said that you wanted to go to, the NBC, you did all that, and then you figure out like, okay, I want to do my own business, right? So where you are right now, basically what do you want to be in like 10 years? Where do you see your business in 10 years? And how like what are the things that you're doing new to be able to get there?
We're gonna be on Forbes. We're gonna be on Forbes.
Hey, you didn't talk about it. You don't see
Yeah.
it. Talk about
Entrepreneurship
it.
magazine. We're looking to be on that. I think I'm just now getting to a place where I'm owning the fact that I am an entrepreneur, because I'll be honest with you, I fought so long and hard to not be considered an entrepreneur because I wanted to be recognized for my talent.
Yeah.
Felt like I didn't do enough to be considered great in my talent. And it was just like
Mhm.
the difference is, as an entrepreneur, now it's forcing you to be great because you are using your talent as an entrepreneurial tool.
Yeah.
So those were the things that helped me, and it helped me to understand where I wanted to be in 10 years. It helped me to
Yeah.
understand, like, there is Nate Burleson, and there's Kevin Frazier, and there's Michael Strahan. A lot of these people are entrepreneurs in their own right because they're going to the network and pivoting and sending out pilots, right? And those things are being taken on. And so they're not just a host, but they're a producer. Terrence J. You got a lot of different people who are broadcasters who didn't necessarily own the term entrepreneurship, but that's
Right.
really what it is. Their company houses that.
Right.
They're able to own the content. They're able to pitch it, to build relationships and navigate that. And that's where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Another perfect example of things that I want to do is Steve Harvey. He's another broadcast entrepreneur who has done a lot. He's on different TV shows. He has relationships
The GOAT of TV shows at this point.
The GOAT. And you know, he's every facet from radio, television, digital. He showed you how you can navigate each platform. And so those people that I named are probably just clear examples of people. Charlemagne the God,
Right.
Terrence J, Steve Harvey.
So those are like the people that you look to for kind of like direction. You see what works for them and how they pivot. Like you don't want to be a one trick pony. Like, yeah, I did the news, but how I'm going to pivot to still stay authentic to myself. So basically finding, and that's what, I was telling some of my mentees, like you have to be able to find somebody who career that you love, right? And then take the pieces that you like for yourself, and then whatever don't work, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had their little situation. You're not gonna take that. You just gonna take what works and just learn how to be able to maneuver for yourself. So that's so important in entrepreneurship, learning how to pivot and getting proper guidance and coaching and mentorship.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You're gonna have hiccups, but you got to know exactly what you want. And if you're afraid to fail, that's gonna be the thing that might count you out. If you're afraid to fail, that's gonna be the thing. You know, I can't tell you how many times I fell on my butt and just had to get back up and dust myself off. And those things allow me to understand where I would be in 10 years. Not my wins. My wins didn't tell me anything. My wins just told me, oh, this was good. But losses told me, oh, you lost because you're supposed to be here. Each time I realized that I was thinking smaller than what I needed to be.
Facts. Well, I feel like my mindset is like I switched that where it said losses, because you really don't lose because you gained so much when you did not complete what you thought you was supposed to complete. So you have to get that information to be able to go to the next level. So instead of losses, I like to say we learn or we win. So I feel like that's important to have like that kind of mindset for me.
Yeah. You gotta have that. You gotta have that if you want to have longevity and have what you call a tenure. You know, we speak about tenures in certain industries, but we don't speak about tenures in entrepreneurship. We don't talk about what that looks like.
Right.
So having a tenure, being able to create generational wealth,
right,
and being able to pivot, being able to go through your journey and then be able to share your story, write your story for someone else, so you could officially be in the history books.
Yeah.
I think, I honor that. I honor that about Oprah. I honor that about a lot of people who, left it on the field.
Yeah.
They didn't hold back. They showed you their journey. It's hard to be transparent. And so I think that's what allowed me to know, like in 10 years, I can see myself being award, just having an EGOT, being an EGOT and generational wealth, doing entrepreneurship in many different ways, real estate, but also in broadcasting, digital journalism.
Yeah.
And probably, go back to school, become a doctor.
I wanted to touch on something, right? So I do a lot of research and talk to, my own mentor. They said that success always leave a trail. I wanted to know what does your routine look like? Because when people looking in, they see that you are successful, right? So even though success is subjective, but you are successful to many standards, right? So what does your daily routine look like? And number one, and number two, what other like person routine have you kind of adapted to be able to help you to like become your greatest version?
That's dope. I want to say I start the day in prayer, and I start the day early.
Right.
I want to be up before 7. Honestly,
God is good.
That's in prayer. being able to pray. Me and my girlfriend, we always pray together.
Yeah.
In the morning and at night. So that's very therapeutic for me. But
Facts.
also it just helps me to get my day started. But I also take time to map out my to-do list for today. I make a to-do list for the
Better
day.
talk about it. You better talk about it. Yes.
And that's how I reach daily goals. And so I have daily goals, weekly goals, and monthly goals.
Right.
And then those are also contributing to the big yearly goal.
Right.
I've had to alter a lot of different things based on me now being a full-fledged entrepreneur, and to kind of switch gears. So I had to do that, and how I switched gears was by looking at myself as an athlete.
I always say that, like, I am an athlete, because when you're athlete, like, you have to operate in a certain manner. You have to treat your body and your mind in a certain manner. And I feel like once you have that train of thought, like, you would know, okay, somebody asks you like, oh, can you come out with me? Well, I have an interview, or I have a show the next day. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense. So it kind of helps you to be able to go into the right direction. So I love that. We're here. We're here.
That's no. And you realize too, people, you ever notice that people put insurance on things? People, if they're
Yes.
singers, they put insurance on maybe their neck or their vocal cords, or if
Yes.
they're a boxer, they get their hands insured. Um,
Yes.
so that spoke to me. It spoke to me to say, hey, you know what? If you are constantly in front of the camera, or you're constantly speaking, or you're constantly taking photos, you're constantly in the public eye, you're constantly orating and things like that, you got to take care of your vocals. You got to take care of
Mhm.
your presentation and everything that you are. But then there's one person that speaks to my soul is like LeBron.
Mhm.
I look at LeBron's overall perspective and
Mhm.
Jordan's work ethic. They both have hard work ethics. For him, the last 20 years, some people would say, oh, LeBron, he's had technology to help him out the last 20 years. Jordan would have lasted 20 years if he had that as well. But Jordan's frame of mind and work ethic, and
Mhm.
LeBron's frame of mind and work ethic, those two together just made it different. Even a Kobe Bryant, the mentality, work ethic,
Oh, I
mentality.
heard about him. He was a monster. Like he worked out like 3 times for the day while everybody's like chilling, or people be going out party. He over here still in the gym. They was like, bro, like what?
And that's,
He was
that's
just
the thing.
amazing.
You think like they might make fun of you and be like, you know what, I'm not going out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you always doing that.
Yeah.
Um, you're always in the gym. You're always working on your craft and your skill set and your talent. But those are the things that are going to catapult you. And it'll be those people that say those things that now want your help and your assistance.
Facts. You better
So
talk about it.
you
Talk
got
about
to
it.
stay on the straight and narrow, and that's kind of how I plan my day out. I watch different videos, motivational videos, inspirational videos. I pray. I'm now trying to even drink more water before, lift my water intake,
Yeah.
and just trying to be healthy, not just physically but mentally.
Right.
Being able to absorb more,
Right.
being able to absorb more, to figure things out and to move accordingly. And then for me, just answering your question about success, I'm interested in being successful as it relates to generational wealth.
Better.
So I want to be just as educated as I am skilled.
Right.
So I want to be skilled in that way. I want to pick up more trades that go
Right.
along um, with what I want to do. So
Right.
I'm not a DJ, right? But
Right.
be on a radio show and I might have a DJ, or on a TV show, and I might have a DJ. So now, because I love music, I'm
Yeah.
picking DJing. So now I'm
Yeah.
DJing. I would never call myself a DJ, but
Yeah.
doing
No, same here. Same here. Same
I'm
here.
not a DJ. Or I love looking good. So learning how to cut hair, not because I want to like be a barber, but those are two trades that I could add to me being uh,
Yeah.
educationally sound. You know,
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
want to have what I need. Because my kids down the line, I want to be able to not take them away from the barbershop experience, but hey, like
Right.
pops, give me a shape up, give them a
Yeah.
shape, or being able to play music in the house and have music over. But just like when you come over, you have your own bar. I want to have my own
Yeah.
bar, and
It's a
um,
beautiful thing. It's a
it's
beautiful
fire.
thing.
It's fire. It's fire. And I know that, I could see my girl, like her being my wife and serving the drinks, and I play the music, like
Yeah.
kind of vibe. Like I could see that kind of feel. So those
Yeah.
are the things that I'm doing is just um, making sure I'm educated, but also having trades, and so that I
Yeah.
can put that on to my cousins, my younger cousins,
Yeah.
kids, or some of my siblings. Hey, like you should have a trade, but you should also go to school, not one or
Exactly.
the other, so that you can build a foundation for like what entrepreneurship looks like
Yeah.
in the future.
You have the skill and you have the capacity and the capability to be able to run the business.
Yeah, yeah,
And actually I love that because that's what I'm showing my kids as well. Like my daughter, she's into like hair right now, and shout out to the most high to just knew like I had to be a hairstylist. I had to get my license. It was always a must, like since I was
yeah,
like 15 years old. So now, I take my daughter's child, only one. I took my daughter, they're on different jobs just to show her like we're artists, but we're also a business woman as well. What does that look like when you go to
yeah,
a client's house? How are you talking, how are you, presenting yourself and stuff like that. It's
yeah,
fun, but you still have to be professional. And like you were saying, like having a vibe, like growing up with my kids, like I could cut their hair, and you get a better connection with your kids, you know what I'm saying, instead of you always going to the barber, you get to connect. So it's priceless, really. So
that's it. That's it right there. That's
yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
it.
Shout out to parenthood, you know what I'm saying, motherhood, fatherhood. I feel like that's one of the accomplishments that is literally priceless, and I love that for you, love that for me. I know you haven't get to that chapter yet, but give yourself grace, so when it's there, it's just like it's all about the kids, and you can just enjoy it, because it's nothing worse than having your family, you can't get to spend time with them. So that's just
Absolutely.
like, ugh, that's not cool.
You got to
And
break.
that's why, like I was talking about, the four essentials that parents need to give to their kids is, that availability. So yeah,
Got to be there with it.
yeah, yes, sir. So tell me, okay. So tell me, do you have a favorite quote, or do you have a favorite mantra? Because I know for me, I have different quotes and things I've created, things that I've heard from different people to help me motivate you. Do you have, when you're, feeling some type of way, is there a quote or a mantra or a song, something that helps to inspire you to just say, you know what? Shake it off. We're just gonna shake that off. Period. We got it in the bag.
I go off of a mindset, right?
Yeah.
I go off of a mindset that for me, um, to me, hustle and determination begets greatness, is what I always say.
Mhm.
Um, because I come from a family of people that when they were coming up, they were just grinding. And they
Right.
were just grinding like, oh, I just want to get money. I just want to grind. But you can
Right.
grind for a long time and never move.
Facts.
So I tell people hustle and determination is going to beget greatness. Is what's going
Hmm.
to give you the
Hmm.
essentials, what's going to get you there. If you hustle, somebody that might be more skillful than you still may not get the position because you are hustling, right?
Mhm.
If you're hustling and you're determined, you're gonna get there.
Mhm.
And I'm in the midst of building a mindset. Like Kobe had the Mamba mentality. I have the King mentality. You know, just like there's when you think about whether or not you're going to be or not going to be, you think about you holding that crown down. Kinging is 24/7. You know,
Period.
you don't fall short. You don't fall short of that. When you know who you are, king is a lifestyle.
Mhm.
Well, you think well, you be well.
Mhm.
You just move with that. You just when you come into the room, you own the room. You know, you attract everything you want to attract, and you turn up because you got the king mentality. You don't think about who else is in the room.
Mhm.
You think about the fact that you're in the room and what you're going to do in that
Oh
room.
God. Oh God. I have a quote for this. It says, if you know who you are, then then basically what is untrue, it will not bother you. So you got to know thyself. In entrepreneurship and becoming your best version, you literally have to know thyself, because people are going to constantly put down whatever or throw anything at you to be able to get you off your throne, and you just won't have it. You
Yeah,
won't have it.
you got to tap into that. You got to know who you are and where you are. Know where you are.
And
You
whose you are. Okay, like,
know it. You got to
so
know.
at what point did you realize, like, yo, I'm a king?
This is gonna sound crazy. Since
No,
birth,
it's not gonna sound crazy. Go.
birth, I knew that I was different from a lot of people, but it was hard for me to be comfortable in that. It was
Mhm.
hard for me to be comfortable in that because people, even now, would be like, "So, what's your real name?" And I'm like, "This is my real name."
Ooh,
You know, so even that, in a sense, Sharif D. King is my real name. It's not made up. You know,
right.
it's like a real.
Powerful. That's
And so,
unfathom. Like, what? What do you mean? Your name is King. That's what I said. I said what I said.
people would just be like, "Oh, you're coming off a little strong," and I
Yeah.
would have issues in the room with some of the top executives and top people, whether I was an intern, whether I was at an entry level position, whether I was moving up the ranks. It seemed like no matter where I went, I had issues. Not because, and the issue was really that I wasn't owning up to how they saw me.
Mm, mm.
I was in the room, but they were competing with me and looking at me a certain way because of who they knew I was.
Ooh, I think that's a word.
And that was different than, you coming into a room and you're like, ooh, like I told them my name, like I just want to learn. And so I had to be careful because I would try to make everybody a mentor, was trying to learn from everybody, was trying to exude a certain energy. And I
Mm-hmm.
realized that that's not what they were taking from me. They
Mm-hmm.
was looking at my swag, my style,
Mm-hmm.
when I
Period.
was coming to the room, what flavor I offered.
Right.
And so I had to, but it took me a while to understand
Had a peep
who
game.
and I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning what royalty looks like.
Right.
I'm still learning you need to be around royalty to be royal. You need
Facts.
to do things in a royal manner. You need to carry yourself in a certain way. You can't say I'm king and then you move like this. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
make sure that it all balances out. You look
Right.
like what you say you are, you act like what you say you are, you are
Right.
what you say you are.
Right.
It took me a while. I've always known that, but when I walked into rooms, it would be like, whoa, like, why am I getting so much pushback? I literally would sit in the back of rooms, sit in the back of the room,
Yeah.
say that much,
Yeah.
would dim myself down, would dim my light, would be in the corner just trying to take notes, and it would eat at me because they would still find a way to bar. I'm all the way in the back.
Right.
Why are you worried about me, sir? I'm all the way in the back. I'm sitting by the window. Why are you worried
Right.
about me? And I learned very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
no matter where you are in the room, it doesn't change who you are in the room.
Mm. No matter where you are, there you are.
That's
There
it.
you are.
That's it.
Yeah.
You have to own it. And that's the name of the game for entrepreneurship, because it's hard, because you want to know something? All these other companies are not considered entrepreneurship, right? But they were
Mm-hmm.
once a startup. They were once a startup. And there
Yeah.
was entrepreneurship with them. Now they're a company, and they're not considered entrepreneurs. They're
Mm-hmm.
just considered big Fortune 500 companies. And we're
Yeah.
considered entrepreneurs if we go outside of that,
Yeah.
right? But really, everyone started when you decided to, when NBC or ABC or CBS or any one of these companies decided to be a network, they were once a small entity.
Right.
Did he start a revolt? Right? Revolt
Right.
is still climbing. So you gotta know what it entails in the realm of entrepreneurship. You
Yeah.
come across people who may decline your product, may X, Y, and Z your product. Look at fashion designers like yourself, just
Yeah.
people who clearly don't understand. Then things change, and now they want your business. Now they want your brand. Now they want to collaborate. Now they want to sit down at the table and break bread, so to speak.
Yeah.
You have to learn how not to break at every stage,
Mm-hmm.
because the game doesn't get easier. You just get wiser. You just get smarter. You understand more. Your capacity is larger.
Yeah.
You've expanded.
Yeah.
And just educating yourself and not being able to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, which doesn't mean you don't make moves. It just means that you're paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
taking notes, you're writing things down, and you're executing. Not
Right.
with sort of, I can't do this now, I'm gonna fail. That's one of the things in the mindsets I had to change. I'm gonna wait for a while. But if I wait, what's gonna happen?
Right.
So that's important.
Yeah. That's so so true. Wow. A born a leader and you had to realize like I'm that king and
Yeah.
just owning that. Like that's so so powerful. I really had like a similar story. Like before, like my name is Sheridonna. It was like, what's your real name? Like my name is Sheridonna. Um, but when I was in high school growing up, like I didn't own that name. I was Denise. Everybody know me as Denise. So from 18, from like birth, I'm Denise, and then like after this really not so nice incident happened to somebody named Denise Williams, and I was Denise Wilson. I was like, you know what? After high school, I just said I'm gonna own my name and just really, literally now own my name and really stand up to who I am, like really embrace. So it's important, like as an entrepreneurship and like learning yourself and finding who you are. You have to own thyself, know thyself. So I really I touche that situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, part of the process is just not giving up because it does get harder. Like, bro, what?
Tough. It's tough.
What?
It's tough. It's
It
super
is
tough.
tough. Sometimes you be like, bro, like God, what is you doing? Because you're not gonna understand like why is this happening?
Yeah.
Even for me, like certain points, I'm like, the Most High would tell me like, take a break, like take a break, and I'm like, what I really no, take a break, listen. So you have to learn how to have that balance. Like it's okay to rest.
Yeah.
Rest is just as important as working so you can replenish yourself. So I want to ask, what are the certain things that you do to ease your mind, to relax yourself, to give yourself, that enjoyment of where you are right now?
I listen to music.
Thanks.
I also take time to, of course, read. Reading is essential, but I also take time to get out of my own way, get out of my own bag,
Hmm.
celebrate somebody else.
Right.
I'm gonna look at somebody else's growth or somebody else's success and be able to celebrate them. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
not about you being able to move away from you and say, you know what, I did what I needed to do for the day. Let me see who
Yeah.
else is doing something dope online. Who else
Yeah.
has got a clothing line
Yeah.
that I can support? Who else is like got an interview or got a podcast or a TV
Yeah.
show or supporting them? crossword puzzles is also something that also builds the mental,
Divine. Yeah. Improve your vocabulary too.
your vernacular expands.
Okay.
So
You
you're
know, tolerate
doing,
yourself.
yeah, like empowerment, just
Yeah.
empowerment. And
Yeah.
then um I love the holidays because the holidays kind of like smooths things out. Especially because I've spent, one thing about the journey, because of this journey, I've spent a lot of holidays by myself, like away from family.
Mm.
Because I was hustling, because I was on this TV show, I was on that radio station, and
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm trying to make it, I'm gonna make it. The other
Yeah.
thing I make it, I got here, right?
Yeah.
Realize that, like who you trying to prove a point to? Like,
Facts.
what I'm saying? But in that, I have missed Christmases and Thanksgivings away from family. And I think that's why I'm so bold with family and even talking about having
Mhm.
a family before I have one.
Yes. You got to
Because
speak everything you want into existence.
it's a real
Everything.
it's a real thing. And
Yeah.
I'm hyped to, like, Christmas come around. The you know, I'm watching Hallmark with my girl. She got me watching the Hallmark movies, and
Okay.
you know what I'm
Life,
saying?
they be having some good movies, and
Yeah,
they have great life lessons too. Movies really be giving you the gems.
the gems. But I think
Real.
that we are so tweaked to be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that until you get old. You shouldn't be
Do
doing
what?
like celebrating, family movies, movies that celebrate love, or holiday movies like the Christmas movies or the Thanksgiving movies.
You
Some
make your
people,
own reality.
right, but there's so many people that be like, oh, I ain't married, I ain't doing that. I'm not, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But you can go to a network event and sit down at the table with a Fortune 500 company, and
Yeah,
then turn around the next day and sit down with your girl and watch Hallmark, and go
as
to
you
the
should.
family
As you
gathering,
should.
eat good. You can do all of those things, but you got to know that it's a real thing. You can be
Yeah.
a billionaire and still come to the table and do family things.
Yeah.
Some people think like, yo, you can't be a millionaire or a billionaire and still have a love ship and have a great relationship. And
I personally feel that's true success.
yeah,
Having your own business and then come around and teaching your niece how to cook cookies and teach her how to swim, or even watching your movie. I feel like that is true success. Having that balance of like, I'm doing what I love, but then I'm spending time with the people that I love, and that's what the Most High have kind of like showed me. Like, you can't just work 24/7, because I learned I love to work. I do. I really do. I own that. But I learned that you always have to take a break, increment break. It's crucial to your mental, and to your body.
yeah.
Let's talk about that. Like,
it's
it's so
it's.
so crucial.
I think that you need to maximize certain things and minimize certain things.
Mm,
Sometimes it's good to be on social, but maybe you need to minimize being on social media and watching other people's journeys, right?
mm,
Sometimes
mhm.
work means, all right, I spent an hour doing this. It doesn't mean that you're not successful because you only spent 3 hours a day. But some people think you need to work around the clock. And I used to be like that too.
Yeah,
Work around the clock and not get nowhere. Or you could be tightly knitted and do an hour to 2 hours of good work.
yeah,
That's move your company or move your business or move your brand to the
yeah,
next level, and then log off. Especially as an
yeah,
entrepreneur, because some of us is still working for other people,
yeah,
like myself. I'm right now, I'm in a process now. I just moved, and so I'm actually looking for work in the business. But
mhm,
now I have a brand in the business, right? And
mhm.
now I'm trying to build my media company while getting a job somewhere else, right? And so you also got to understand that piece, where you
Yeah,
trying to go. And
yeah,
spending 24 hours doing one thing could also push you back doing your own thing.
yeah. No, someone had asked me would I've changed my journey, and in terms of just going straight to entrepreneurship, opposed to having a job on the side and then working it. Bruh, I don't even know who. I think I was just so like tired of the 9 to 5. I was just like, bro, I just want to do my business. I just want to be able to, have my own structure. But there is it's levels to that, okay? And they're sacrificing for that. And so I would definitely recommend, like you said, having something where you can have steady income, whatever that is. It could be 9 to 5 or not, okay, and then work with your business. So that will be kind of like I tell my mentees, don't just have quick cold turkey unless you have savings, like you prepared for what you asked for. So having that structure is so crucial, so you can have kind of like that grace period.
Need that.
Because yeah, entrepreneurship, like don't play with it. You better put some respect on it. You gotta
It's a real thing. You gotta know how to navigate the land. And some people are like dabbling in both, where they, you know, like for example, I might be a journalist, a media personality for ESPN or somebody like that, but
yeah,
still building my stuff on the side. It's
yeah,
important to do, but you got to make some time for yourself. Eat
yeah,
well, sleep well, just make some time to just chill and make some time to laugh. Be around people that's going to help you to. You need to have a circle of people
yeah,
laugh around, and then you can build it.
yes.
Those circles.
I shout out to my kids. I look, having kids is the best thing. I'm trying to tell you, both my kids are hilarious. They just have me just laughing and carrying on.
Right.
I feel like that's so good. But yeah, having people that just no matter like what status you have, like you're just you. You're
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? Just laugh, have fun, and just just
You gotta,
enjoy life. The simple things. You know what I'm
it's
saying? The
simple.
simple
Yeah,
things.
it's got to be simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So let's talk about so tell me what would you like to share with our audience right now, where you are in your life. You were talking about that you wanted to go back to school. So what does that look like for you?
So right now I'm finishing my second master's degree now in sports administration.
So where are you? Are
Uh,
you still doing SU or no?
no, I'm. This is online, Delaware State University, and so I'll be done with that in May.
Mhm.
Um, I'll be done with that in May, and I'm looking to get a PhD in journalism,
Mhm.
own the space. I'm not looking to be more like a researcher. I'm not looking to be um, just an adjunct. I do want to do some adjunct work, but I think where I'm turning is being able to be a media giant, being media royalty, being able to work in the field, being able to be a correspondent on different platforms, and own that space, be able
Mhm.
to write books about the space, my mentality in
Right.
media, um, king mentality in media. So that's the thing. And then also um, being able to create my own platform. And I'm talking about maybe it's a network, maybe a network, a full fledged, the own network, and moving into those spaces.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Mhm.
a lot of people who build just their own brands, but
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than me. This thing is bigger
Yeah.
than me. I think SDK, those three initials is going to mean so much
Yeah.
um, in a little while, and that's why for me it's just about one being an adjunct professor, two getting my PhD, and so this will my PhD will be my fifth degree, right? But it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Associate is a bachelor's, two master's degree, and a PhD. That's my journey,
Yeah.
and being able to get back. My mom wasn't able to go to school, neither was my dad, and so this is going to create um, another type of uniform for generational wealth.
Yeah.
It's going to
Agree.
look a little different. So on one part, I can create generational wealth just from the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the thing. but also using that to create generational wealth. Being an orator, going to speak at different schools, going to speak at different conferences, things like that.
Explain
But
what's an
also
orator.
just being able to be a public speaker, being able to come back and go to different conferences and speaking about what
Mhm.
entrepreneurship looks like, using my educational foundation to help me navigate different waters,
Yeah.
and being able to speak on entrepreneurship, but not leaving out broadcast journalism and media communications.
Yeah.
Orating is a part of communications. You see some of the
Right.
top speakers, they speak at commencements,
Right.
things like that. So I want to do that really often, like going to commencements,
Fact.
speaking at conferences,
Yeah.
just let them know.
Yeah.
But
I
it
love
doesn't
that
it
too.
doesn't pull me away from the other piece. Like orating just
It
opens,
complements what you're already doing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But
that's
you're just eloquently delivering, really.
yeah.
And so if you can be a media personality, I think that's the next level, that's the next tier. Being a journalist and being able to go to places and speak on a
Yeah.
thing.
I love public speaking. It used to terrify me. Shout out to Brian and Stratton College that helped me to prepare for this world that I have right now. Because when I say public, I could not do it. And I, got, a substantial amount of training to be able to just doing it to, do it. And shout out to Model and Talent Associate for helping me with, public speaking and all these things. So yeah, you literally, if you think about, our journey, each places, like we take those skills so we can like become our greatest version. You had to go to SU to learn your journalism. You had to, you're gonna have to go to hair school to learn that barbering. So you're like, if we're an athlete and we're running and we're training, we have to take pit stops. And that's what I've learned. It's okay to take that pit stop, because with that pit stop, you're not only, uh, um, refreshing yourself, revitalizing yourself, you're actually giving yourself more, in-depth knowledge and information. So
Yeah.
I used to be like, no, I just want to run, run, run. Like, nah, like take your pit stop, get your gems, and just keep on moving, because you're gonna be stronger when you move on to the next pit stop.
That's a
So
fact. You think about artists, you're like, oh, he talking about the same thing. And those artists that took some time in between albums to live life, that's what they get. So
yeah,
going to get a DJ certificate and learn how to DJ. That's like me having it's like a fun
they
thing to
really
do.
have a certificate for real.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to get myself. Look, I'm self-taught with the thing. I'm self-taught with
I,
it.
no, no,
I could rock a party without no certificate. That's
listen,
on
I
God.
get it. I get it. I get it. But it's something about learning. I want to be able to go home. I mean, you, you know, just
Yeah,
learn your
yeah,
own, but also learn from somebody else. So
yeah.
I'm just making those small pit stops.
No, I like that. I
Right
like
here,
that. Because I be
being
seeing the DJs like, how do they do that? How do they do that? Looks so cool. Like, I think that's cool too. Yeah.
but it's not like it's one of those things like if I was hosting a TV show, like if you looked at like Rap City before,
Yeah.
like Big Tigger, like he was rapping, but he was the host. He was
Yeah.
rapping, or he would even DJ sometime. But
Yeah.
that opened some doors for him, right?
Yeah.
Now he calls himself a DJ. I don't agree with me being called a DJ, but I
Yeah.
would love to like, all right, this is a trade. This is something that aligns with me. Like I can just go and DJ. Just having fun with it.
Look, we gotta collect all our tools. We gotta collect all the things. I feel like the more pit stop we make, like the better like our avatar are. You know what I'm saying? The better that we are. So look, collect your tools in your gym. Go ahead and collect it. You know what I'm saying? Take your pit stops. Look,
Collectibles.
your collectibles.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So do you have okay, so my next question is, what would you tell your 5-year-old self right now?
I think I would tell my 5-year-old self to never back down.
Mm, mm. Like that one.
There
Like that.
have been moments where I backed down,
Yeah.
um, and it's because I was afraid of a thing. I was afraid of
Yeah.
what was behind that next door, and so I would get to the door and then want to back up.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, you can't go back, so you kind of got to go through that door. So not being
Yeah.
afraid, I mean, go through that door with the same enthusiasm as you did get into the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Be fearless.
Be fearless.
Absolutely.
Don't
Yeah.
be fearless. Take
And
your
even if you fear it, you still do it anyway. Because they say that's when you know you get into the good stuff.
don't back down.
You get into the good stuff.
Same,
I like
same
that.
enthusiasm. Same enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Go hard. Don't think about any failures. Even if you fail, just know that you're still moving forward.
Yeah.
And you can only do that when you're fearless. When you you get knocked down, get up.
Right.
Get up. Now I've done it. I've gotten knocked down and I've gotten up. But
Yeah.
each time I got knocked down, I was a little nervous, like, dang, I don't know. I was like not as enthusiastic. Like I
Right.
still was going hard, but
Hmm.
I'm like, man, can I take another hit?
Right.
Um, and
Yes, you
just
can.
keep God first, man. I think that I
Yeah.
was always praying to God. There was a point in time where I was like not praying as much. But I think keeping God first and knowing that He's going to be the guidance, the solution, um, and He's going to be the answer to it all. Learning God and getting in tune with God so that you
Yeah.
could hear Him. You could hear
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
as you get to certain stages, so that He can direct you.
Yes. You gotta talk about it.
You need to be like
Tapped in, tuned in.
tapped in and tuned in. You hear coaches talk about, oh, this athlete was coachable, but you got to be coachable to God too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Mm-hmm.
be coachable to God to allow Him to coach you and be like, yo, I'm going to the left. Or I'm going
Yeah.
to the right. I'm coachable. I hear you, God.
Right.
I know God enough to say, oh, you know, I feel like I'm being nudged here. Let me go here. And using those tools to navigate. Because when you get someplace, you got to know that God has put you there for a bigger purpose than what you thought you was there for. Like I
Right.
used to always be like, "Oh, I'm going to talk. What you going to talk about? X, Y, and Z." But it's really what He's putting on your heart to speak to. Look at your platform, all of the people you speak to in
Yeah.
different countries.
Yeah. It blows my own mind. Like, what? I had asked the Most High to be global, but I didn't know He was going to do it like a podcast. I didn't know it was going to be like this. You know what I'm saying? So be prepared for what you ask for. It's not going to always come in the package that you ask for, but the Most High know like what's best for you.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
I be like, I don't know how I did that. I'm like, that's not my business. That's not my business.
You gotta keep it moving.
Gotta
Really,
keep it moving.
a stylist, you know what I'm saying? Got your own fashion line, and now you got a podcast that speaks to entrepreneurs in fashion, outside of fashion. I mean, that's huge, you
Yeah,
know. And you got to embrace that, but it's also about being able to hear Him so you can embrace that. How
yeah,
many we all have these opportunities? We all have these goals and things like that are offered, that are put on our heart. But if we can't hear it,
yeah,
then some of us never move on it. And that
yeah,
could have been me. That could have been me. I could
yeah,
have I could have been in a place where I'm like, man, like I hear you, God, but I never move on it. And there are
yeah.
people who literally go to work 9 to 5, eat, sleep, get up, do it again, without even tapping into
Right.
purpose.
They hear it, but they don't want to listen. They hear, it, but they don't want to listen.
That's a fact.
Um, and that's why I have to give myself a shout out because when I say like you have to just slow down and just tap into the source, tap into yourself. Shout out to Unity Fashion Institute and Unity Fashion Institute Foundation Incorporated. I always say, "Oh, I want to be a fashion designer. I want to be this and da 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 da." But the Most High was like, "I need for you to just settle down, ma'am. I need for you to calm down. This is what I want you to do. Yes, you're going to be a fashion designer, but also you're going to be the teacher of the new school. You're going to teach them everything that you know." Like, what? A teacher? Me? Yes, you. I don't even know how I got here, but the Most High said, "This is what we want from you." So
Yeah.
I tapped into myself, and I'm so happy because I love teaching. Shout out to Syracuse again. Shout out to one of my professors that actually recommended me to be a teacher straight out of college. I was like, me, okay, but
Yeah.
because you're not looking what see there, you're not seeing what other people see in you. So
Yeah.
tap into the sources. We're saying, people, tap into yourself and really listen to the Most High, and He will give you the direction. And you just have to kind of endure certain things, and give yourself grace.
That's a fact.
Give yourself grace,
That's a fact.
and it's gonna work out how it's supposed to work out.
There it is. There it is.
For sure. So my next question is, speaking about that, what is the 5 characteristics that describe you?
Uh, uh, Brilliance, resilience,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, bold,
Mm-hmm.
uh, powerful,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I would say iconic.
Mm-hmm.
I say iconic.
Nice. Nice. And I feel like to have a name like Sharif the King, like I'm the king, you gonna have to have all these characteristics.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you feel like you grew into those characteristics, right? You
They
had
were.
had
One thing about it is God will who God who God has purposed you to be. You will have always been.
ooh, you better. Ooh, I like that. I
It
like that.
means
That's so true.
you have to you have to do the work of building that relationship so God can show you just how
Who you
powerful.
are. That's so true.
You know what I mean? Like he can tell you right now you're a king, and then you can hold on to that. But someone hit you, and you be like, "Oh, that hurt."
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's a lot of responsibility with wearing a crown.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of things you got to do. There's a lot of things you got to take care. Just like if you're a manager, a supervisor, or you're
Yeah.
a principal, when something happens with the school, you take the flag. When something good happens with the school, they embrace you. So
Yeah.
you got to know when you wear that crown, even though it looks good, there are responsibilities. There are
Yeah.
things that are
Yeah.
going to be attached to you wearing that crown.
To whom much is given, much is so
Yeah,
required. That
yeah.
is so true.
So you wondering, I used to wonder in my journey, like, why is this happening to me?
Mhm.
Nobody has the same stories. Nobody would like speak
Mhm.
to none of these things. They would look at me crazy. And then I realized like just how strong and how powerful and how iconic and just how brilliant I was. And you look at anybody who's been brilliant or who's had any type of genius who has been crowned in any which way in a certain facet. It's been it's been people who have gone through some things that you somebody else will crack.
Mhm.
And so everything, right, from the knowledge and the gems that you acquire along your journey when you go to school and stuff like that. You go to school and you get those gems, and like I had somebody recently say to me, man, you're always in school. I'm like, no, it's just I want to continue to educate myself inside and outside the classroom because
Yeah.
it's what helped me.
If you're not
It's
growing, you're dying, right? You gotta
it's
keep
what
on growing.
it's what helped me on the outside of the classroom and the inside of the classroom. It's actually what saved me. You
Yeah.
know, so you have to know what has been your savior,
Right.
what God has put in front of you. So I necessarily didn't want to have 2 master's degrees, but now it's here.
Yeah.
You know, and I realized why God allowed it to happen. Why He allowed me to further my skill set, but also allow me to to advance in the business mindset to bring it back to this.
Yeah.
You can be a sports broadcaster, but now the business, now you want to bring this back. Now you got sports administration, right? So
Right.
people get MBAs, but if I'm working as a sports talent, that's what it is. Most people
Right.
who are broadcasters, some of them have sports administration degrees
Mm-hmm.
as broadcasters. And if you learn every sector of a company, it makes you a better broadcaster. It
Right.
makes you more
Right.
well-rounded. And that's why I'm saying I'm gonna get this and then go back to journalism and get a PhD in journalism.
I think that's brilliant because I remember Will Smith. He said like when he's doing a movie, he doesn't just know his lines; he know everybody else's line. I'm like, what? And that is brilliant because then you could kind of like prepare a little bit. You will know what's going on in the scene. You're not just like, oh, I just know my part. Like, no,
Yeah,
you have to play many. You got to see what's going
yeah,
on with all the parts moving.
yeah. And you know where you sit in the space. You know
Yeah,
exactly where you are,
yeah,
and you can start to envision what this person will do, what that person will do, and what you
yeah,
should do based off of what you know them to do.
yeah,
That's what it's going to take. And I keep telling people, yeah, it's cool to have a degree in journalism and all that. But if I don't know the business, then how can I excel? How can I create generational wealth?
facts.
How can I know where to invest in? Because it's not just you being a broadcaster or a journalist. You got to know who to do business with, what your influence is, like
Yeah,
what your audience acquires from you, what they're looking for,
yeah,
what what your value is, what your worth is. If you're just
right,
a broadcaster, I mean, let's be honest here. At a certain level, journalists don't really make money until they realize how valuable they are.
mm-hmm,
Every broadcaster is not on a national scale,
right,
so you got to realize that. And having
right,
a, I'm going to take with me having a PhD in journalism is going. I'm going to change the game because I'm
mm-hmm,
going to be on this platform and that platform and this platform. I'm collaborate with this network and network, and then have my own networks. Have
okay,
my platform, own businesses that that it wasn't just journalism, it wasn't just media, it wasn't just uh, communications,
right,
but it was also his business savvy. He,
right,
he understood the game and knew how to add the business portion
right,
to do big business in the realm of journalism and media and communication. Like he
right,
understood that.
right,
Oh, you want me to come speak at this school? This is what it costs.
right,
Are you want me to endorse this? This is what this looks like. You
right,
got to know the business. You got to know how to build. And what if I want to put my money into? I want to own the team.
right.
And I would love to own the Kansas City Royals. I would love to own the
You say
Kings.
speak into existence. You say you're gonna say I own
I
X,
own.
Y, and Z.
Yeah, I want it. I want it. And that's another thing. I want to own teams. I want to own teams. I want to own the Royals. I want to own the Kings. I want to own the LA Kings. Anything that has King attached to it in the sports realm, I wanna own it.
Okay.
Any of those teams.
You better write it down and start. You got to speak it into like you already have it.
Yeah, yeah. No,
And you
I'm
gotta speak it like you already have it, like it's already yours. And once you say that, then you're attracting what you want, basically. They said the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are.
that's a
So
fact.
yeah, whoever you are, that's who you attract. So I that is so true. It's so funny that I'm interviewing you and you are a journalist and a writer and a broadcaster. Like that's what I am as well. But
Yeah.
we're in different lanes, right? But we attract because we're very similar. So and just what I'm saying? So it's beautiful and it's so true.
It's a
So
real thing. It's a real
yeah.
thing. I'm like, yo, I gotta tap in, man. I'm so ready.
Yo, like I thought I was gonna have like a reality show, right? So somebody else, a friend of mine, he was like, he told me about Anchor, and that's how he was like, "Oh, Sheridonna, you should start your own podcast." I'm like, "Podcast?" This is like 2.5 years ago. I didn't even know nothing about no podcast. So I only had my podcast for like 2 years and some change. And he was just like, "Yeah, just create it." And I was like, "How am I supposed to do that?" He was like, "You'll figure it out." So I just love the idea that we just start speaking things to existence, and then the universe is going to guide you, not always what you want, but what's best for you.
That's a fact.
So I love that. And basically they say, look at your friends and they'll show you who you are. So I only associate with, people who are, have great integrity, that have wisdom, that is a business owner, CEO, that's doing the damn thing, and they know thyself,
Yeah.
and so that's what
That's it. That's how you honestly, you end up having to find new friends. I'm in a
you
stage.
attract them. They come to you. They come to you.
I'm in a stage now where friends have fell, but they're falling. I should say they're falling. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm just learning who my friends are on this stage of the game.
Yeah.
At this level.
Yeah, so I forgot who I was talking to or who I heard this from, but they were saying that there are three kind of people. Like people, one, you have leaves, okay, you have stem people, and you have root people. And we, certain time we got to learn how to put people in the right category. We cannot give access to people who are leaves that come in and out of our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In a stem category. So we got to know and understand thyself, and being able to discern people, when they come into their life, because maybe certain people who come into your life, they're supposed to teach you something. They're supposed to give you a wisdom, a nugget, but they can't stay for everybody can't come with you, right? So you have to know, like, even though it might be hard to let go of this friend, they might have been a stem, they've been around for 5, 7, 10 years, but they can't come with you no more. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that's
some
tough.
People have an expiration date, and it's okay.
Yeah,
I've learned that.
Yeah, it's tough though. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Very much so. I had to learn that the hard way, John. We're not gonna get into that, but I'm teaching you the wisdom.
It's a real thing.
My daughter giving me wisdom. She was like, some people come in your life so you can give them wisdom and you can give them the guidance. And then once they're able to go and fly, then the universe will just take them away from you, basically.
Yeah, that's different too. That's different.
Yeah.
I never thought from that perspective.
Yeah. It's so true, because I had a situation where I just felt like this person was going to be in my life for a long period of time, but they were just a stem. They were supposed to teach me my self-worth. They're supposed to teach me, like, I'm not supposed to settle for any little BS. Like, I'm an empress and I will be treated as such. And I had to realize that for me. And once you realize, like, you're that girl or you're that king, then it's only abundance coming after that. Yeah. It's only abundance coming after that, because like any type of riffraff trying to come, like, nope, that's no. And I'm not always talking about money. I'm talking about people's energy. Like the people who come to you, if they don't have the right energy that is aligned with you, no, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So yeah. I'm happy that I know thyself, and now, like, you not in a rush to be like, oh, soon as somebody tell you, oh, I have a party, I want you to come. Like, nah, that's not gonna work for me.
It's not it
for me. No. If people like, oh, she thinks she all that, and I am. Not in a braggadocious way, in a way that's like, I know thyself, and that doesn't align with me anymore.
Yeah, you got to know that. Yeah, you got to know that. That's the part you got to know.
Yeah, 100%. So my next question is, what we know that, in life we have our downfall, but I still want to know what do you think is some of your biggest accomplishment that you are just like, I did that. Like, I did that. Because we got to talk about the yin and the yang. Like, you go through struggles, but then when you overcome, there you
Yeah,
are.
I
Yeah.
think um, one of the things that I've done is working for Hot 97 in New York City, being able to do brands like Dopeness Magazine. I was a journalist there, the
Mhm.
Rat Fest. And I had to realize that I was actually, when you're from a city, you don't realize that you're doing something like that. And I'm from New York City, so being able to be in like the biggest city in the US, and
Yeah.
owning that, being the biggest city and being able to survive there, not just grow up there, but being able to use your talent in that way. That
Yeah.
meant a lot for me. Being able to go to Cincinnati, being on radio, being on TV there, and really not just doing it, but being top tier, being ranked number one, and
Okay.
just having a lot of fans that still look for me to this day. And just being able to build, being at Syracuse and being an in-game arena host there, and being able to host the basketball games and the football games,
Yeah.
that was huge.
Yeah.
Just that, and then being on the news and being on a radio at the same time, just recently,
Yeah.
um, was big. But when I look at all of those things, I make a gumbo out of it. I put it
Yeah.
all and then mix it up, and it's like, look, you've done so many different things that not a lot of people can say they've done.
True.
But now it's time to go bigger. It's time
Yeah.
for you to do bigger things with your company, but also taking it to that next level, um, with light, with love, with understanding, uh,
Yeah.
being able to. I can't do things that other people are able to do. I got to do it bigger. I got to do
Right.
it at that level. If it
Yeah.
doesn't look like a king would do it, I can't do it that way.
Right.
So owning that has been um, a gift and a curse, because in owning it, people will be like, "Oh, you just know it all, huh?" Um,
Mm-hmm.
Same time, owning it meant that I'm in this space and I'm aware of all of the things that I do, because people will turn it around on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you doing this? Or you doing that? And
Mm-hmm.
people won't understand where you are, who you're meant to be. And sometimes that aligns with what you were just saying, is some people, the expiration date just ran out. And I had to learn that in my journey. All of the celebrities that I have become friends with, all of the people that I've interviewed, all of the people that I've been in contact with, and being sponsored by Metro PCS and White Castle. I mean, I've just been able to work with so many different companies.
Yeah.
Um, but I got laid off, and
Mm.
being laid off kind of showed me who I really was. It showed
Mm.
me get back up.
Mm-hmm.
The fans signing autographs, moving from A to B, being on this platform, being on that platform, being on Fox 19. Um, it was just like, wow, like, these
Yeah.
people really, really love me.
Yeah.
But then I got laid off, and
Yeah.
it's
I
how do
feel
you?
like the Most High was trying to condition you right there and try to show you, like, we have something bigger for you.
Yeah,
We don't never want you to go through this again, but in order for you to do that, you had to step and go through that door that you were so terrified of being next to that big corporation that you once worked for. So
mhm.
I feel like you had to go through that journey to be able to get to where you are right now.
Well, it
And
conditioned me too to understand that you don't need a brand to define you.
mm-hmm,
Because I was like, oh, I work for this. Oh, I work for that.
right.
I went. It was like, oh, I work for, like, that was the key to open the door.
I feel you 100%.
The
Look.
door was me, but I didn't have no value on that, because I didn't look at it like, oh, this is the company that everybody gets hype over. So I mentioned
Yeah.
this. Don't look at me. But when I
Yeah.
laid off, it was just me. And I felt
Yeah.
like, dang, I don't got no backing. I don't got no support no more. I'm not with that company. So these people don't care about me no more. They're not
Yeah.
checking me no more. And God just allowed me to see that you are the brand. You
You are
market, you
good.
promote, you know how much of a talent you are. You know what your skill set is. You know
Mm-hmm.
how well of a communicator you are, and
Mm-hmm.
you know how to hold your own in various places and various platforms
Yep.
under various conditions.
Yep.
So all of your experiences taught you how to navigate, how to move freely, and
Yeah.
how to deliver under deadline.
Yeah.
This person against you, that one for you. Just learning. I've learned so many tools that now it's like, all right, my next big job is going to be like, oh, it's no longer just me. Now you have to take my company with me, and
Right.
now my company owns the content, and work
Right.
where this is a partnership. This ain't me working for you.
Right.
Now we're partners.
You better put some respect on my name. You better put some respect on the kid name. Like,
We're
and it's a
partners.
beautiful thing. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. I love
fire,
that.
fire.
Had to rise to the occasion. Look, we were so into the thing. Y'all already know I gotta play some music right now. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna give you guys my favorite quote. I think it's a perfect segue right now to play the song by the one and only Sizzla Kalonji called Rise to the Occasion, because in order to become our greatest version, we're gonna have to rise to the occasion. Oh God. So without further ado, Sizzla. Hey. No one's gonna period. Hey, hey, give y'all a little bit of vibe. No matter what, y'all better rise to the occasion. I'm just gonna give y'all a little sample. Hey, uh-huh. Yes. If y'all never heard about Sizzler, y'all better know. Y'all better figure it out. Let's get it. Hey, sample, sample. That's all y'all get from Sizzler right there. We can't stop there. Y'all already know we gotta hold the vibe. We staying in the same area. Okay, I want to give a huge shout out to my baby. You know that guy they call Musica, and this one is called Greatness because that's where we at right now. What's good? Uh huh. What? Hey. Uh huh. Go get some. Greatness already never blood. 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 Blessings up flow like a flood. Greatness already never blood. Hey, period. Ambition, you see. Yes. Morphin. Shout out to all the countries that represent the kids. Hey. Greatness already never blood. Shout out to J.A. was good. Greatness already. Watos was good. Sample. Okay. Okay. That's the one and only Musica right there. We can't stop there. All right. We staying in the same region. I want to give a huge shout out to my cousin called Copper Flex, and this one is called Breakthrough. What's good? Walter Oates, Wagwan, Kingston J8 was good. Okay, Mama 2, Sheridonna, Abdul. You gotta go for what you want, y'all.
Serious.
Sheridonna. Yeah. I've been praying for my breakthrough. We gotta pray for what we want and be prepared for what we ask for. Hey, Copper Flex Wagwan. Hey, let's take me from the player thing now. Coming around. Hey, hey, yes. Dolly Doreen was good. Mom was good. Dada Wagwan. Hey, I've been from my breakthrough. Yes. That's on the sample right there. Shout out to my cousin. Like I said, greatness is in my blood. Okay, I was born a leader, and that girl. Okay, we're not gonna stop there. Let me do one more song, and then we're just gonna get back into the thing. I want to give a big shout out to I want to give a big shout out to that guy they call Tanta Blux, aka Legacy Wagwan. This one is Titimus featuring Tanta Blux, aka Legacy. What's good? Shout out to you. Okay. And like I said, the universe always brings amazing people into my life. Legacy was good. Hey, 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 hey. Sheridonna on my wrist. Shirt on the vine. I sure do. Hey, 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 hey. It's a lifestyle. Hey, hey. You already know. Hey, my lifestyle. Hey, sample. Ooh, that is my song right there. Like I said, shout out to Tonto Blocks. You know what I'm saying? A really good padre, my bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel good about that. I want to give I want to play. I'm gonna play one of Sharif good up song, and it's called Big Fish. This is his vibe right here. I haven't I didn't know about this artist until you know what I'm saying, brought it to my attention.
Fire.
Get it. Don't step with the norm. You better talk about it. I'm here to set the record straight. I'm here to educate. I'm making heaven wait. Hey, it's a celebration. I came back better. Like, hey, I've been rapping since I was 5. What? Hey, period. We was born rich. I'm good at winning. I can do what I'm trained to do. Hey, sample. Damn, cool. Is what I'm sure is just like the vibe. That's all for right now to the rock house session. I just want to give you guys a little jam, you know what I'm saying? Get y'all the vibes. Let's get back into it. So Sharif, what we think about the music? Like what's good?
It's fire. The music is fire. And I'm intentional when I pick music too, because it just speaks to where I am. You know, where
Yeah,
I listen to all different types of artists. But for example, that Big Fish joint, um,
fire.
to what I need to be in a room. Remember, I told you I had to dim myself down. I would back up sometimes. I had to learn what it takes to be the big fish, and
Yeah,
he's is the big fish. So, am I going to back down, or am I going to be the big fish?
yeah. No, I love that. No, that's so brilliant. And I feel like music for me just speaks like how I'm feeling or that emotion or whatever I'm going through. And it just gets me there. Like for me, you were talking about you listen to music. I have like music is it's water. And we have to feed ourselves with the right information, the right song. If I'm feeling any type of way, I could play my favorite song and whatever I was thinking about, that gone. And I'm back in the good up vibe. I'm back in the she back, you know. So I definitely know that music is so powerful and we have to be conscious about what we are actually listening to. So yeah, I only listen to things that is amazing.
That's it.
So yeah. What's so I wanted to know in becoming your greatest version is important to feed the mind, right? But what is your favorite dish? Like I'm a foodie, so I love to eat different and I'm plant-based, but I want to know what is the thing that you are enjoying right now in terms of food. What is
I'm
your favorite food right now?
I'm trying different dishes at this point. I don't really have a favorite dish. Um, I love pastas. You know, the pastas, the chicken Alfredo, chicken and shrimp Alfredo. My
Uh-huh.
girl make this fire
Uh-huh.
spaghetti with
Uh-huh.
like different meats in it. So
Uh-huh.
I'm enjoying that. But I'm just trying to try new dishes. I'm in a space where I'm trying to go to new restaurants and
Mhm.
really trying the restaurant for what it is and not go, I'm at a new restaurant, but I'm gonna still get a burger. I'm at a new
Right,
restaurant.
right, right, right.
Like I
No,
wanna
that makes sense.
wanna try new things, and there's like so many different restaurants out here. So
I
I'm
have
trying.
one for you. I have one for you. Shout out to Nars. Y'all already know I love y'all. They're not paying for me, but not yet. But
Okay.
I love Nara's. I love Nara's. It's right at the waterfront. It's beautiful. Make sure you get the top level. It's just epic. That's where you should be. Anyway, since you the king, you know what I'm saying? And make your reservation. Go to open table because we bossy saucy. We don't just show up anywhere. We have to be intentional about the thing. So
I'm
go to
about
open table. Go to open table. Get the app. Go to open table, do a reservation for two, you and your babe, enjoy it, surprise her child. She gonna be like, my baby love me. Even I know you love her, but she's gonna absolutely love it. And it's a Japanese inspired restaurant, and I think the presentation is outstanding. The ambiance is it's rich.
yeah.
It's given rich. I'm not gonna curse, but it's given the rich situation. And so that's my recommendation for food. In terms, you were talking about reading. Do you have a favorite book that you are indulging in right now?
Right
What?
now I'm reading. There's a bunch of different things that you can read. I'm taking the time out to dive into people's biopics. Uh,
Mm,
so I want to, like, I'm reading Will Smith's book Will.
uh-huh.
Excuse me. 'Cause I wanted to know what got him to this point. You know, what has made Will successful? Like, what was his lifestyle, his upbringing? I'm looking into people's life to
Yeah.
measure like what they took from a certain thing to help them kind of navigate and switch gears.
Okay.
Will talks about the things that he would do to get attention because that kept him out of trouble. And those
Yeah.
were the things that helped him to build as an entertainer, as a you know
A
actor.
comedian, a comedian. Yeah.
Um, kind of helped them. So that's what I look for is the things that I can go back and say, hey, what are the things about me that I can tap into more?
Yeah.
That's take me to that next level. Um, because I realized that different people offer different things, and so
Facts.
there's just so many different things that I love. 50 Cent has a bunch of different books out that I feel like people could learn from.
So
I'm just
good.
learning about people's journeys, people's lifestyles, and then I'll
Yeah.
go back into books that kind of speak to wealth and gain
Yeah.
um, and strength.
Hmm.
Um, but right now, it's really just about tapping into icons and what are the things that they found to make them great. So
Right.
right now I'm focused on the Will book, and I'm planning on finishing that thing out before the new year.
Yeah.
I want to start a new read in the new year.
Yeah. Agreed. No, 50 Cent, he is, I feel like which he says this in the book, like he's 50 Cent. There's two characters like 50 Cent, and then his real, the real person who he is, and you got to know how to decipher when to put those personas. And believe it or not, he said he don't even drink or smoke, and what he do when he go out, he'll pop the bottle, right, and then maybe pour it in and put it down and get another cup and put like Sprite or something like that. So everybody thinking he getting lit, but the whole time he's saying he's surveying the whole thing, surveying the whole scene, and just knowing what's going on. And I feel like that's so important to have that self-awareness, but
Yeah,
still just doing what you got to do to be able to play that role at that particular time. So
yeah,
yeah, that's brilliant. And learning for other people's mistakes, so reading their bio, or watching their biopic and reading, can really say like, boom, okay, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, I'm not gonna do that. So I think that's the biopics are good.
I think the other thing too is I'm reading biopics of people that I want to associate with,
Ooh,
be my
nice.
want to be in the same room with. So
Right,
I'm planning on Will Smith being somebody I could go to their house. I could go to Will Smith's house, and I can be in some of his projects. You
right.
know, the Bel Air project. I feel
Yeah,
like I feel like he should cast me soon.
yeah,
Uh, like LeBron, I'm feeling like LeBron and Savannah. I should be able to go to their house soon.
right,
But this is a regular occurrence that
right,
we're eating dinner together. So I'm
right,
putting myself in that mindset that these are going to be my friends. These are the
right.
people that I'm around at
Talk
the.
about it. That's so crazy. I had a this is similar to what you're saying, but I literally had a dream that I was styling a big artist. I'm not gonna say the artist, or should I say the artist's name? But I was just like, in the dream, she was needing of a stylist, and she was like, I was her friend, and she was like, oh, Sheridonna, you should like help me out. I was like, and we were talking about business, like, you're gonna have to hire me. Because I remember saying, you're gonna have to hire me. And I'm like, girl, you need a rack to be able to put all your stuff in. And I was just like, just telling her all the thing. Like in my dream, I was already like a full-fledged like fashion designer, doing the damn thing with other celebrity clients and stuff like that. Oh, I need you to do this. I was like, bro. But in the dream, I was Meg Thee Stallion stylist. So I was like, okay, but that's not like my avatar, but I could definitely do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Shout out to Brandy. Okay, I'm her stylist. I love me some Brandy. I've always just the vocal god. I mean, I just love her. Everybody knows I love singing, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I just want to, I'm styling Brandy. Like one of these days I will need screens. And shout out to Angela Bassett. We gotta do a movie together. We doing a movie together. Like
That's
that's
it.
my auntie. That's my auntie. You know what I'm saying? But put a little pin on that right there. But you know what I'm saying? I had to put that in reality real quick. But yes, speaking things into reality is so true and so refreshing and amazing. And once I've learned like we create our own reality, I've been manifesting like a beast.
That's
And
it.
sometimes I be just blowing my own mind, like how we did that. I'm like, it's for me. And what I've learned is whatever is for you will always be for you. Like you said, you have to literally just go through that door. No matter how scary it might seem, you just know like we're doing this. We're
Gotta
doing
walk.
it.
You
We're
gotta
doing
walk.
it. We
You got
doing it.
gotta walk through.
Yes. Um, what else? What else we got here for you? Oh, I wanted to ask if you weren't a journalist and a broadcaster and an influencer, who would you be? What would you be doing right now?
Um, I think that my first love was playing ball, playing basketball. So I think
Uh-huh.
that if if my first love would have worked out, I don't know if I would have gotten here, or maybe I still would have been like, all right, let me do sports broadcasting. Um, but I think that I was so in love with being. I used to eat and sleep it, and then I stopped. I stopped eating and sleeping that. But I think,
Why?
well, because it became another family member's dream, and it wasn't fun anymore.
Mm.
Have it wasn't fun at that particular point. But I think that I would love to have started young. I probably would be an actor.
Ooh, I know, right? That's
Yeah, yeah.
singer. I like how you say like a quadruple threat. Like same here. Like see how Brandy, she like singer, actress, and what else? Like she do Broadway, but that's still part of acting. But have that full package. For me, you know what I'm saying? I started out modeling. Those angles, darling. You know what I'm saying? And then we're a fashion designer, and then we do hair, and then we do photography. Like I love, and then now we tapping into acting, darling. Got my agent, you know what I'm saying? They be like, girl, you a natural star. I'm like, thanks.
Tap in, tap in, tap in.
No, I actually, what is it? Something to Hollywood. It was this. It's this company that I actually did a monologue. It was like, you're a natural talent. I'm like, thanks, thanks, girl, thanks. But when I'm ready, when the Most High say it's time to do a movie, she gonna be ready. I know how to do my lines and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
You gotta tap in.
you know what I'm
Each
saying? Got the face. So the camera loves me. But anyway, enough about me, darling. I would. What's my next question? My next question for you is, what now? What now?
now is about owning the space and being a giant in the space. That's all I'm about right now.
Hmm.
Is right now it's all about partnerships. It's all about going big.
So who are you partnering with right now? Who's your ideal? That my next step is I'm doing this.
Uninterrupted is one of the places that I'm shooting for. Uninterrupted. Um, I'm shooting to create platforms that can partner with others.
Right.
Um, so uh, Bleacher Report um, and Uninterrupted and ESPN. Um, I guess the partnerships with BET and Viacom, um,
Mm-hmm.
NBC and ABC, and um, just having just different partnerships, but still being able to do what I do, still being in front of the camera,
Right.
still being able to broadcast, still being a journalist, a notable journalist, but also we're gonna get this producer money. We're gonna get this
Okay.
artist money.
You gotta get this other. You gotta look. Get into the other hat. You gotta tap in. You gotta tap in. I
So
love
that's
that.
where we're going. Is we're just going big. You know,
Yeah.
we're going to the table. We're sitting at the table and collaborating and partnering with the
Yeah.
brands, the businesses, the corporations, the networks. We're asking for our worth. We're sitting at the table with the big dogs, and we're
Yeah.
bringing energy. We're bringing that crown energy
Yeah.
straight like
So
that.
for the the people who are watching who wants to start a media company or want to get into broadcasting, what what would you tell them is the first step? What are you doing?
Just do it.
Just do it.
At this particular point, you got so many social media platforms. Content creation is so easy to create. You can just start creating it yourself. Just do it.
Right. Right.
Don't wait for nobody. The best teachers and the best way to learn is by doing it. You can start a podcast. You can start a
Right.
web series.
Right.
You can create content on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Right.
You create it. Just do it.
Right.
And then as you learn it, you will learn where to indent. You'll
Right.
learn
How to pivot.
how to pivot, what to capitalize, what to put a period on. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna write itself as you continue to grow, as you continue to learn. So you got to continue to do it. Brush up on the people that you like to see, that interest you.
Right.
Figure out the topics that you want to talk about. What is your beat? Figure out
Yeah.
what your beat is, and then start to put that together.
Yeah.
Um, there's just so many tools now that you if you thought you couldn't create it, you know, you would be doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
There's
No,
so
I
many.
love that. I love that because maybe like 15, 20 years ago, if you wanted to get into broadcasting, you would literally have to go to a university. Now, like you said, you have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have so much reels and so much opportunity to be able to just do it. So basically, whoever wants to get into whatever field it is, just do it.
Just do it
Do it. I
and
love that.
network along the way. Network along the way. There's no um the instructions have been rewritten. There's no complete manual. A lot of people go to school, but I believe that now don't get me wrong, going to school is great.
Right.
Learning from the greats is great. Learning from people who came before you is great. Knowing the history is great. But also doing it is going to be the thing that makes or breaks you.
Right.
Because you can learn as much as you want. If you never do it, then you don't
Right.
have the experience. The
Right.
experience is going to teach you in that realm. You put a lion in the jungle, he's only a lion because he knows how to react like a lion.
Right.
But if you had a baby lion that doesn't know that it's a lion and you put him in the jungle, they don't know how to react. You have to
Yeah.
know how to react where you are. And so that's you get thrown into the fire, that's the best teacher.
Yeah. I think that's crucial. Basically, they said like knowledge is power, but really knowledge applied is power.
Yeah.
So that's important, not to just get the information, but actually apply to your life and apply to how you're going to make yourself better. So that's definitely, I agree with that 100%. So I know what else do you want to share with our audience? We about to wrap up the interview. I feel
Yeah.
like we touched so much different points. We gave y'all so much different gems.
Yeah.
What else do you want to share with the listeners today?
Yeah. I have a platform that I'm creating. It's called
Mhm.
Crown Biz.
Say
And
one more
it's
time.
called Crown Biz.
Oh, Crown Biz. Okay.
And it's basically me helping other people, other entrepreneurs, companies, brands. I'm helping them to flesh out ideas because I'm such a beast um, on the creative side, on the marketing side, um, and brand side. I'm helping people bring their ideas to life.
Nice.
Um, so if you got a new brand, if you're trying to create that new product, you're trying to take things to the next level. Um, now it's going to cost
Of
you,
course.
but Crown Biz is taking a signature event that you might have, a brand, a business, a festival, whatever you have, I'm helping you to kind of paint the picture, illustrate what it is that you need, connecting the dots for you in that way. And that's in the realm media, entertainment, fashion, sports, lifestyle. I'm helping you to take that idea and make it lucrative.
Well,
Um,
you know what? I feel like you know what's coming to my mind right now. So, Unity Fashion Institute Foundation have an annual event called Queen of the Arts. It's a Queen of the Arts charity fashion gala, and we would definitely, even though I have a vision, but it's even more amazing when you can have more visionary, more powerful, people who know about creating and just really doing something amazing. We would definitely love to be able to sit down and see where we could take that.
yeah,
That's It's an annual event. Like I said, we are Unity Fashion Institute Foundation is a nonprofit, so we definitely would love to be able to collaborate with people who are already doing a thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So yeah, and then I also was thinking about, do you do it internationally? So one of my visions is to actually, do a fashion show in JA and a beachfront kind of vibe. I already have a location. But it's nice to be able to connect with other, what I'm saying, visionaries and stuff like
yeah.
that. I would love to be able to see, what could manifest in that way, because they say once two people or more start working on something, it's more prone to manifest. So
Yeah.
when the moment is, you know, then we'll be able to get into that. So, and you already know I'm obsessed with fashion. Fashion is obsessed with me and all these things. So that's right up my alley. And yeah, and I love business and business love me.
Let's do it. We are building some things out. That's kind of one of the things that I'm doing off to the side, aside from Sharif D. King Media Group. So
Mhm.
um, we are about to build some things on the media group side. We're about to have a couple of different networks as clients, and then on the Crown Biz side, we're going to take a few clients. So um, I'm open. You got
What's
me.
your what I have a question. So what's your take on Roku? Because you said your own network.
Yeah, I
What do you
think
think about that platform?
I think Roku is dope. It serves a big purpose, but I'm
Mhm.
looking to um,
Do your own kind of Roku kind of thing?
traditional stuff that you see like a OWN, like a BET, like I'm building looking to build a network in that way.
Uh-huh.
Roku is another way to go.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'm looking to bring the Sharif D. King show to Roku, but I'm looking to operate as a network.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
we're operating in that way. So
Okay.
there's just a bunch of different sectors under the media group sector
Yeah.
that you know syndicated on the radio. So my radio show's about to start back up.
Yeah.
Then
What's your radio show called and where can people listen to it?
it's on air with Sharif D. King, and then Crown Weekends. So there's going to be two. Crown Weekends is going to be on weekends in different states. So you'll be able to turn it on a dial and hear different markets. Uh,
Hmm.
and just like the Steve Harvey show in the morning. So
Okay, nice.
we're working out the kinks for that as well. So I'm just right now, everything is the new year hasn't started. We're just working things out
Hmm.
and seeing how things turn. And then in the new year, I'll look forward to even going live with you so we can make that announcement. So we can
That
make this.
sounds good.
Yeah,
That sounds lit. I know I have to really be utilizing my live. I don't go live a lot, but we got to be really utilizing the tools that we have. So going live is definitely essential. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
let's do it. Let's,
Yeah. All right. It's been absolutely a pleasure. I want to know, do you have a favorite quote? Because I'm gonna wrap up with you, then we're gonna finish the rest of our rock out session. You can stay for the rock out session because it's gonna be a vibe as usual. You know what I'm saying? Give you guys some of my favorite quotes. and talk about, this fabulous look that I'm wearing today. Okay, sponsored by the one and only Sheridonna Designs on period. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And yeah, so if you have a favorite quote, tell us your favorite quote if you have it.
I don't have a favorite quote as of right now. I don't have a favorite
Uh-huh.
quote right now because my focus has been creating the quote, being the quote that you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So letting your lifestyle become your quote.
Hmm. I
Um,
like that.
so
Okay.
that's what it's about. It's really just letting your lifestyle, letting your journey become your quote. Because
Oh, I think that's a quote right there. Let your lifestyle become the quote or be the quote. Make
become
your
the
lifestyle be the quote.
yeah, yeah,
Ooh, okay.
yeah.
Greatness takes time. Yeah, greatness takes time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that is our our show in terms of the interview right here. Um, and it's been absolutely a pleasure to have you on the ones and twos. I look forward to be able to connect with you again and do
Yeah.
amazing situations.
I'm
And
looking for
like I said, shout out to SU. I don't know what year. What year are you?
I just came out 20.
Oh, you a newbie. Okay, a
Came out 20.
newbie.
Yeah. When did you come out?
I'm 2013.
Okay. Okay, so you know Marquise Francis?
I
Yeah.
do. I don't know him that like he wasn't like my friend, but I've definitely, seen him, yeah.
Okay. You came
Yeah.
out with some heavy hitters. 2013 was a good year.
You know what I'm saying? I was right before Anthony.
Okay.
So when they was first doing the whole stadium or
Yeah.
the building for him and stuff like that. So yeah. We were,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying, in great company.
Okay.
Period. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No. I already know.
But yeah, so that is our show. I hope you had a fun time with us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we could definitely, when you have, like I said, the new project, we'll be able to do more things and just whole vibes. And yeah,
Yeah. I can't wait for it. Thank you for having me on your
you're
platform.
you're
And
very, very welcome.
I appreciate
And
you all. Everyone, if they're looking for me, I'm all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all that. At Sharif D King. You can find me. Hit me up. Let's do it.
all right, y'all. That was a Sharif a D King. It's absolutely a pleasure to have him on the platform. Make sure you go and hit him up on Twitter, guys. Hit him up on all the platforms and stay tuned for his project because we litty out here. I mean, greatness is in our blood. You're period. All right,
Thanks.
thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
you guys stay tuned for the rest of the rock out session.
Let's do it.
All right, all right, guys. All right, guys. So let's get into it. I want to do. Okay, so coming to your area right now, we're going to have alkaline, and it's called Spoil Me because the universe just keeps spoiling me today. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hey. Give me everything I like. Hey, I don't know this. I don't know if you can see me or not. Somehow this is frozen. Everything doesn't like oh. Hey, so Why you get the anything you like? Hungry zero rice, a meal rice, like yo, it's with it for every size. Life, well. Go my baby, show my baby. Yo, my baby. All that, I know I'm all that. Never off track. Hey, way I like, that's the way I love. Go get your stuff. Hey, just you and me. But pick you up. Thanks. Oh, I love you so, Alkaline. Shout out to Alkaline, y'all. Okay, we gonna switch the region right now. I want to give a big shout out to Nina, and this song is called "A Color Show." Okay, we are switching the regions right now. Okay, I love this song. Let's go give y'all a little sample. Example right there. Okay, so let's I want to give you guys a few quotes right now, and we're going to go right into our look of the day because you know what I'm saying. I got to give y'all the drip. I got to give y'all the drip for today. Okay, so the quote that I want to give you guys right now is forgive yourself for not being at peace. The moment you completely accept your non-peace, it will translate into peace. Anything you accept fully will get you there, will take you into peace. This is the miracle of surrender. And I love that is basically just surrendering to X, Y, and Z. And once you do that, like you automatically get what you was already worried about, right? Speaking about what you're worried about and getting what you want, I want to give a big shout out to my brand Sheridonna Designs, okay, for sponsoring the show. Today we are the jacket. So I want to talk about the fashion. It's time for fashion. It's time for fashion. It's time for fashion. It's time for fashion. Yes, I had to do my little intro. Okay, to get that, child. Okay, so this jacket. Okay, so the jacket that I'm wearing today, darling. Okay, is one of my other favorite look from this designer, Tarahi. And I love this because it's super chic. Let me put the whole thing on, right? So I love it because you could do the corporate vibe situation, but you could also make it like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just glam. So I like wearing my jacket. like on my shoulder because I'm Hollywood glam, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm that kid. I just love wearing like that. Okay, so for the wardrobe that I'm doing today, this is our two-piece. This is a top and a skirt. Okay, and this is called the Donna Darling. All right. And what I did was I did these just really um I just did a variety of seams that just give you this texture, and I just love that. And I just did it to make sure that it looks balanced and just give you a nice vibe. I really this is in the uh what this fabric is. Why am I? Oh, cotton, but it has spandex in it, which I really, really love because it holds to the body. And everybody who knows me, I just love form fitting. I placed it with our leather belt that has, elasticity in the back to really, you know what I'm saying, whatever size you are, you could be able to just bring it in, child. Because for me, I just haven't like the hourglass shape and the vibes. These earrings, these are antique earrings that I just gorgeous, right? And I decided to just do like a faux hawk, mohawk kind of style with my hair, but made sure that it was, very like corporate, but it's also high fashion. It's also like giving me rock star, and it's also giving me that warrior like. What I was thinking, I'm like, I wanted to look professional, but I also wanted to look like I'm a warrior goddess. So this is my warrior goddess take on being a businesswoman. Like, you have really clean, professional look about you, but then like your essence is very powerful and strong. And that's what I wanted to go for today. The makeup, we did very minimal. We just, make sure we just did our eyebrows. Eyebrows always got to be on fleek, period. Okay. And then just a little bit of eye makeup in the nude and a little bit of peach. And then for the lips, I went ahead and did our LA colors in a matte. It's in, this is kind of like a ruby color. It's not really red, but I really like it because it complements the look that I was going for. I didn't want it to be like super, super like red today, even though we love a ruby roo. If you know, you know, right? And then our nails is just complementing our lips. And yeah, for the shoes, we just have like a simple 2-inch, throwback snake skin situation. Every gal has to have something that's just like, yeah, we have heels, but it's not going to be that high, right? And this is called lifestyle stride. It's a soft system. That means, even though we want to look stylish, yes, I will be comfortable. So I just did something like this, and that's the look of the day. And I really love my look. Like I said, today I was going for the corporate goddess, and I feel that means I am. So yes. And what else? So that is the look of the day. And let me give you guys my other quote, and then we're going to finish out with our rock out, and then I'm going to give you guys my favorite quote, right? So, and like the moon, we must go through phases of emptiness to feel full again. And I know within my journey to greatness, it's plenty of times where I just feel like, bro, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But we had to go through that phase to be able to really understand who we are. We were talking about knowing thyself. And these phases help you to like break through to be able to get to that other side of your greatest version into greatness, right? So my next quote is, sometimes we are more attached to the journey than we are to the discovery. Because the journey happens in the mind, the journey happens in the heart. So basically that was the saying, like, we cannot be just attached just to, the journey. We have to tap into discovery. We were talking about today, like actually taking our pit stop and really discovering all the things that we need to discover to become your greatest version, like all the things we need to collect to be able to, provide a better version of yourself. So learning how to enjoy that discovery phase is super super important, especially in entrepreneurship, but also just becoming your greatest version to know thyself. Like we have to take that pit stop and have that discovery of oneself and collect those gems. So I really love that quote as well. And so that is my quote, all my quotes that I want to read. I also want to give again a shout out to Unity Fashion Institute. Do you want to create in fashion, darling? Okay. If you want a career in fashion, then you definitely want to learn from DC's premier fashion designer, Sheridonna, the one and only. Okay, we teach you fashion illustration, pattern making, sewing, and then emphasis on the fashion design business. Coming from a fashion brand owner, shout out to Sheridonna Designs. We meet you where you are. I love being a teacher because it really helps me to even just continue to learn, because once you teach something, it's like you're constantly indulging in it, you're constantly in the thing, and so if you don't use it, they say you lose it. So I love being a teacher. I love to share my wisdom with the students who want to do what I do, and show them like, yo, if you really have a passion for something, if you really love it, you can obtain it. I started from the bottom. Now we're here. No, I never started from the bottom. No, I start at a point where I didn't know anything about business or entrepreneurship or fashion. And here I am. I'm now teaching. I have my own brand. I have my own school, my own foundation. So if they said once the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. Here I am. Right? So that's why I wanted to let you guys know. Shout out to Unity Fashion Institute. I'm super proud of myself. We came a long way, y'all. Okay. Shout out to Professor Long at SU, because he really gave me that power. Well, he helped me to see my power. I always had the power, right? To really own, like, yo, Sheridonna, you are an amazing leader and you're an amazing teacher. And we want and we recommend that you help teach and become the teacher of the new school. And I had to accept that mission. And once I accepted that mission, the Most High just giving me all the different tools and all the pit stop on how to do it. Like I've never thought like a nonprofit. What you mean? I don't even know what. And then now I form a nonprofit, and now I'm learning how to do everything. So they say once the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. So my teachers are appearing to help me as well. So shout out to all of my teachers, Lee Shelton at Bryan Stratton College and Bill DeForest at Bryan Stratton College, all my teachers at Syracuse and all my other schools. Like, I appreciate y'all, because without amazing teachers, like where would we be? So I'm here for it. All right, let me play some more music, and then we gonna you know what I'm saying? I got things to do, okay? I got things to do, people to see. I want to play this song because I love this song, and it talks about just it's the vibe. It's just the vibe. Make sure you have that good vibe wherever, whenever. Everybody know I'm the empress. Okay, the energy vibe. It's the vibe for me. I'm vibing freely. That's my vibe for me. It's really anyway. my vibe for me. It's really okay. It's my vibe for me. It's really okay. Cause I'm pressure. Sample. That's my sample, y'all. I love this song. It's just that's a Tila vibe for me. Vibe for me. And if your vibe is not together, I'm be like, if your vibe is not, you thought so you a bunch. This one's called Ice Spice Munch. I give it like one. What you mean? If you're not a king, you can't sit with me. What? No, no clowns on the crown here. Hey, period. Yes, yes. I do it with ease. He jacking me, but he not my boo. He mad because I won't give him a chance. Like, what about? Like, you thought I was going you? I get what I want. Hey, just a little sample because you know what I'm saying? You guys in these streets, we can't no. We're not gonna go there. Okay, I got let me see. Yes, we did that. We did that. I'm so happy about that situation right there. Ooh, it's just the vibe for me, guys. It's been such a pleasure. I had so much fun doing our podcast today. And um I'm happy that we did that. I haven't, record in a bit. And I just want to say thank you to the Most High for blessing me and anointing me and giving me grace. Without further ado, I'm going to leave you guys with my favorite quote. And it goes, do not confuse a creator with a dreamer. A dreamer only dreams, but a creator, I guarantee she going to always bring her dreams into reality. And that's on period. Because you know why? Because you know why? Do you know why? Because the Most High, He gave me that what? He gave me the big energy. He gave me the big energy, guys. And I'm happy that I have that big energy. So we're just gonna rock out right now. This is our last song of the day. Okay. Um Look, you know who wanted came. You know who wanted the Most High wanted me to play this song. So we got it. I just tapped in. The last song goes to Cranium. It goes to Cranium. It's called Lifestyle. Shout out to Cranium. You already know. Yeah, I still gotta go out with something. Everybody go with a dream. Tap in, y'all. Tap in. Most High say play this. What's good? Bye where you want, bye. Fly where you want. Be careful on that. Fly woman want. Hey, don't do that, y'all. Not that part. Hey, Patrick, never empty. I've been dreaming about my dreams. Since I was 5 years old, y'all. Try starting me. Breathe till my feet. Buy one, buy, fly one. Do anything I want to do. Yes. Buy on the one, buy. Fly on the one, hey. Yes. Okay, guys. I love you guys so much for joining me. And like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me for Sheridonna's Diary of a Fashionista. Thank you to our very special guest, Sharif, the King. Okay, King Sharif, better put some respect on the situation because we over here, creating generational wealth in our own lane, on our own terms. And I like that for us. For all the kings out there, I need for y'all to stand up. For all the emperors out there, I need for y'all to stand up. Okay, know thyself. Know thyself. Make sure you learn yourself and just walk accordingly. And I love that for us. You know what I'm saying? The best is yet to come. The kid Sheridonna, we signing out, but we'll be back. Assist to be back. I love you guys. Go and be great. Peace.